Hi there. So many disagreements begin over small issues, but they can spiral into big arguments before you know it. But sometimes the problem is just poor communication. Author of Every Woman's Guide to Managing Your Anger, Dr. Gregory Jantz is back to give us some tips for de-escalating arguments and finding better resolutions. Welcome back.
Oh, good to be here.
I know nothing about this since we've never had a disagreement in my house.
Every woman?
Ever. Is there going to be an Every Man's Guide pretty soon?
That'll be next.
Okay, so there's 5 things to remember when things are kind of heating up, because, you know, it can get out of hand like this.
I have to tell you, I learned these personally. I carry them right here.
Are you kidding? Do you really?
I do. I mean, today I did.
Okay, go for it. What's number one?
Number one. No, I had to learn this. Don't jump to being defensive. That'll add gasoline to the fire.
Give me an example of a defensive statement.
A defensive, I don't do that. Or using always or never. Or you always, you don't want to do that.
Right.
Okay.
And it's hard to learn not to do that, but once you can get that big red stop sign in your head that says, just take a moment.
Because the more defensive you are, you're not going to move to problem solving.
Right.
And then you're going to fight because you want to be right. Well, forget about that.
We don't want to do that. Number 2, at all costs, do not call names. Now, that is my policy. Yes,
at all costs, don't call names, and we could add, don't compare. For example, why are you acting so stupid? You're just like,
oh, that would not go well.
That would not go over well, and you'd probably make an appointment to see me.
So, yeah, don't do that. Number 3, avoid minimizing others' feelings. This is important, and I think
really
sometimes we do it without even knowing we're doing that.
Yes, minimizing feelings is a way of discrediting another person's point of view.
Yeah.
If you minimize feelings, you might be saying, Margaret, something like, I can't understand why you feel that way.
Or don't be silly, or it's not that bad.
Yeah, you minimize it. The greatest thing is to produce understanding is by not minimizing. Say, okay, you may not agree with them,
right,
but you can sure accept them.
And one would hope that if somebody's important to you, their feelings are important to you, whether you can relate to them or not.
Men tend to do this one a lot, minimizing feelings. They'll take their wife or their spouse and they'll minimize what the issue is. And that, I'll tell you what, can just really lead things to a really nice argument.
Yes, that's a good way to rev it up. Give up the need to be right.
This one I had to learn personally. I like to solve things. Well, I had to learn them all personally. I love to solve things, solve the problem, and I realized in doing that sometimes I have to give up the need to be right. It's not about being right, it's about solving the problem.
Right.
So if you're a person that is very critical, or you always have to have the last say, get the last word in, well, that's a sign you maybe have to be, you're trying to be right. And think about it. If you say to your spouse, and I do this with my wife, I'll say, LaFawn, when I make mistakes, which happens
just
rarely,
every
but
now and then, yeah.
I'll say, her name is LaFawn. I'll say, LaFawn, I am so sorry. And I really am sorry, because I don't like to be in friction with her. So I don't. And I've learned, but you know what? I really don't have to be right. I really want to understand what's going on.
Yeah. And you can agree to disagree.
Absolutely.
And make,
and that just can
good,
diffuse things. So,
I'll bet. Acknowledging somebody else's feelings almost always does, because that's what we're all after.
That's why I wrote these from memory right before the program today, because I realized I have to keep practicing these.
We all do.
Yes.
And we're all a work in progress, right? Number 5 is ask for forgiveness. Remember, the other person's perception is reality for them.
Yes, their perception is reality. Don't argue with them. If you want to build a bridge with another person, the best way to do it is offer forgiveness. I am so sorry. I see how that could have hurt you, or did hurt you. Better say did hurt you. How that hurt you.
I apologize if I offended anyone. It's not the way to go.
Don't do ifs, or don't perhaps say, I'm sorry, I hurt you. Please forgive me. And that's powerful. How many times could we apply that and just resolve things right then?
Right. That would be the end of it, probably.
It would be the end of it. And you know what? I think you've got to be big and bold to say, I'm sorry, please forgive me. Irregardless if you think you're right or wrong.
Right.
What does it matter? Just clear the deck.
And start fresh.
Yeah.
Thank you. You're a lovely person.
Oh, thank you.
I really enjoy the affirmation that you bring to this kind of thing, and that sounds like a great way to build a bridge, which is what we're trying to do in our families.
We all want healthy relationships.
Yeah.
All of us do.
Absolutely. Yes. Dr. Jantz, thank you very much. We're going to post a recap of all of Dr. Jantz's tips on our website, and we'll also include info on his book, Every Woman's Guide to Managing Your Anger. We'll be right back.